Hi everyone, thanks for taking time to check out my latest mod conversion. This is a conversion of the MT865B CAT Challenger from SF15 to 17. And this is a little bit older tractor now, but it has the nice CAT branding, and I spent a lot of time in one of these while I was hillside farming in the Palouse. And so it's something I really wanted to bring into FS17. Just this style of branding. I know there are some newer AGCO branded Challengers that came into 15 as well that made their way into 17. But I've done a lot of work to bring this into 17. It slipped around quite a bit on 15. It still turns really well, but these actual models do handle very, very well and can turn very tight. And I'll show that here once we get going. We can actually go finish disking some wheat stubble that I have. I've been doing tillage today. It's hooked up to the case disc right now. Inside we have IC controls, which is cool. One of the big things is the headrest, which I thought was interesting. Haven't seen that IC on a lot of the vehicles or tractors. You've got the door, so I'll go ahead and close the door. We'll close the door quick. I've got it fired up here. So you can see the dash. I fixed the coronas for the lights, so you have nice working lights. Everything's running really well there. Inside, when you flick the lights on, the dash lights up, and you get the light icon there on the dash. It gets dirty. I had brought it over here to wash it. I'm playing on UMRV maps, so some of you might notice I've made some changes. There's no chicken coop, and I've cleaned some of the cruft that's up here, so I have a much bigger parking area for bringing vehicles in and out of the farm and working on them. But we'll actually go out and disc some of this wheat stubble. You'll notice that it turns very tightly now. It still turns nice, but it's not near as loose as it was on 15. I added mass, tightened up the suspension. When I brought it over, it was actually really funny. It tipped into the map and was actually stuck for a while that way. And I had to readjust the center of mass and do some stuff like that to get it to sit nicely and ride well in 17 on the map and the terrain. So I've added alfalfa to UMRV. Here's an alfalfa field to the left. I'm going to be making some hay videos later on, but right now we're going to go disc some of the stubble. I had to open this field up already, so we'll go in there. We'll see it rides nicely into the ground here. Once it gets in, you'll see I've got the more realistic mod on there, and we'll actually set the disc down. I'll drive inside. Alright. So we're doing some tillage with the MT865B. I was using it on the grain cart earlier too while I was doing some harvest, which was really cool to see. So we'll back up here and we'll start doing rows. See, the mirror there is all functioning. And all in all, this has been a really great tractor. I loved it in 15. I think others were more into some of the newer Challenger branding that was coming in. But this tractor has 510 horsepower, so it is very versatile for the heavier implements and tillage and getting stuff done if you need to. And this is the case tandem disc with the harrow attached to it, so we can get this into the ground. You'll see here the turning is pretty smooth. we'll just go up here and make one more pass. But I was really excited I was able to bring this in. I've been in a Challenger kick lately. I previously done the 680B, and as you can see, I've made changes to the foliage here too. You'll see my stubble is a little bit taller than normal and doesn't have sort of that bright green stubble that comes with 17. We'll take this over to the fields, to another field, so you can see the speed here. We'll open it up. We'll get out on the road and do it because I like to play more realistic. You know, about 13 miles, we wouldn't want to be doing more than that in the field potentially, especially with implements banging around, and creates breakdowns and more problems. So I'm going to head over here and we'll get out on the road here. So the flashers work. You have flashers and you have blinkers. There was one blinker missing on the other side, I think even in 15, or at least the version I had. So I fixed that down low as well. The tent was a little dark on the one that I had picked up, so I lifted the tent a little bit. If somebody else likes that, they can change the window diffuse texture and all that, but we can really open it up here a little bit. It gets going, and I changed the exhaust too to be a little bit darker black, being that it's older. It will be broke in more, and we'll just come out here and park it next to the 860B, so we sort of have more Challenger equipment now to play with in FS17. Originally in 15.2, the tracks, you could widen them out. I didn't maintain that script. I just did it in the Giants editor, but if somebody wants to resurrect that, they could try to. I was running into some issues with it, and I was fine just editing the track placement in the editor. So you could just go in there and do it. That's a great thing about the mods, is really you can take things on. It's very easy to tweak things here and there as you need. And if not, then grab the mods that you like and use them as you need to. But I'm going to release this publicly once I make sure there's no bugs in it. And I appreciate everyone checking out my latest mod conversion. Thanks, everyone. Bye.